don't feel comfortable about it either. I'm sure there'll be other people on the council that equally not happy. So thank you. I know you're always planning ahead.
If I may, Mayor?
Yes, sir.
We have, over the last several years, with the large amount of cumulative cash that we had, and remember, $40 million, that's just not municipal funds. That's municipal surplus, that's general capital, electric operating funds, electric capital, water operating, water capital, police outside duty, assessment trust, and open space trust funds. It's not just municipal dollars that we use to operate the municipality. So these are cumulative amount of funds that we use to invest. The strategy that I've used to generate over $1 million of interest, even in these low interest environments, are to package up large amounts of certificates of the dollars, utilizing the funds from all of those different funds. I'm able to package them up and invest in large certificates of deposit to get better rates. The strategy, what I've used is I don't have to pay attention to the county or school tax payments, and the reason for that is I know 99 cents on the dollar is going to come in the door on February 1st, May 1st, August 1st, and November 1st. And so the payments the payments to the Board of Education in the county automatically leave here after being with us for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. So going to this completely disrupts any strategy that I would be using to roll over CDs. I wouldn't be able to do it. And we have continued to use the surplus that we've generated from the interest income. We've plowed that right back into reduced property taxes.
Okay, I've monopolized enough of this, council. Is anyone wishing to speak to this issue? Ms. Bailey?
Yeah, I will. I think what this says to me is that both the council and the school board need to be accountable to the taxpayer. We've just had a series of questions that the mayor has asked for all of us, and I think we need going forward is we've got to be able to work together to serve the public. Mrs. Vitale had made a suggestion last year that both boards as a whole need to meet at least twice a year to share and exchange information and have some transparency. I think that's extremely important, and at this point in time, I think this shows that we really do need to sit down and have a frank discussion. Thank you.
Ms. Signal? Just to summarize what the issues at hand here is that with the Board of Ed's requested payment schedule, it really significantly impacts our ability to invest and significantly reduce the income that we can use for tax relief. In addition to that, a year from now, it will significantly create a cash flow problem for us. Robert, is that a correct representation of what you just said?
The severe challenges with
is it 12 months from now, or are you talking about 16 months from now?
In 2011, and we have 18 months to wade through this recession, so there are a lot of unknown variables that, on the negative side, can occur. But once again, in 2009, 2010, with the liquidity that I have in hand, if the council instructs me, I could make these payments. But what I will say this, and I want the general public to know as well, is the quarterly requests for the April, that is a permanent problem. That's a permanent problem. All of our pension payments are due on April 1st. That will be $1.5 million or more going forward. We also do have an interest payment in April 15th as well. So I have significant financial responsibilities from the municipality side, as well as large payrolls, Social Security, and health insurance payments that are going to take place every single month. So April looks to be a permanent problem, and I discussed this several times with Mr. Cody.
Mr. Mazzarco, did you know, in your experience at all with the bond counsel for the school board, if the school board has any recourse that they've been misrepresented? Because certainly they weren't giving very good advice. One of the first things you're asked when you go to buy a house and you're going to finance is when do you get paid so you can make the payments on your mortgage.
I would have to know more about what they approached the bond counsel with, but certainly they should have known. It would seem to me the bond counsel should have given advice on this aspect in the beginning. Board of Educations do not collect taxes. The way it's set up in the state of New Jersey is the municipality collects taxes from the Board of Ed and then hands it over to them quarterly or whatever the schedule is. You're right in a way. I mean, I don't know enough facts to say any more than that.
And the payment schedule at this point cannot be changed or corrected to be in sync with our tax collection schedule?
That's kind of, you're asking sort of the same thing. That's where I was going.
Okay, so it cannot be changed at this point. Is that what we understand?
I don't have enough background to answer that question.
There's a 10-year prohibition in the financing that you can't have a call provision, so for 10 years they're locked in. It's a 30-year debt schedule. So in year 11, in theory, if the rates are lower then, they could refinance and restructure the payment dates and the payment terms. But if the interest rate environment then is not attractive and is higher, then there's not a financial incentive to restructure. Any change of the dates is considered a refinancing. So even though just changing the terms, just the payment month by 30 days is considered a refinancing and a restructuring, and would require a redemption of the bonds, and that's not allowed for a minimum of 10 years. The way it was structured was not done in consultation with our financial professionals. It was done independently by the Board of Education. The second and third bond issues have a more accurate payment schedule. I think after they did the $34 million transaction with different payment schedules, the second and third tranche was done consistent with the way we collect money. The first $34 million was not, and that's going to be there for 30 years.
I guess along the same lines with finding out if there's anything that can be done, I don't know, recourse with their bond counsel, but I don't know if it can be Board of Education. I've heard different things, whether they can float revenue anticipation notes or tax anticipation notes, or is it only the municipality that has to? Do we have to assume that cost as well if push came to shove?
Mr. Evans and I discussed this, and his professional opinion is that the responsibility falls on the municipality's shoulders.
Wonderful.
Robert, do you have any idea what kind of additional costs are we talking about per year?
Well, I can come up with an estimate for that. We would sell very, very, very short. I mean, I could sell tax anticipation notes. Ray, can you sell them for 15 days?
I think you can.
All right. Okay. I don't want to quantify a number. I don't want to. I'm not quantifying any numbers. I have thought about it. If it fell on us, on how we would proceed, we can discuss that again.
And I think, if I may, I think we should. I mean, I'd like to have that conversation in greater detail. And with all due regard to Mr. Evans' expertise, I'm not convinced that his is the opinion that I would allow government discussion.
No, I think
Yeah, I think there's a
we
conversation.
need to have something separate because it's the same it's the same auditor for the Board of Education as us. Not that I don't trust Mr. Evans, but I certainly would err on the side of caution.
And in fairness to Mr. Evans, I don't think you want to put him or his company in that position of having to choose between two clients.
Correct.